If you bought a spoon whittling kit from me, then this tutorial is especially for you. You should have a full set of instructions and a piece of cottonwood bark that has been cut to shape and scooped out for you. Please be sure to use a sharp knife and wear a cut-proof glove if you are a beginner. Let's get started. So our first job is to round this over, just like it's already started here naturally, so that it matches the shape of the inside bowl. Get a firm hold on your piece, brace your hand on the table, and use push cuts like this, or pull cuts like this. Push cuts, you can see it starts to dig in there. Now I know that I'm working against the grain and that if I keep forcing it, it could break off right across there and actually put a hole in my bowl. So if you're pushing and you feel it catching like that, stop and try going in the opposite direction. This right here is where your grain is meeting. We'll go over how to carve this part right here later. For now, focus on removing your sharp edge along here until it starts to look more like a spoon. One tip as you're carving is to pinch your finger and thumb and feel how much wood is there. Be cautious that you don't take any away from right in the center, because you might pop through and put a hole in your bowl. As you're going around shaping your spoon, it sometimes feels natural to start also adding in the shape of the handle. You can see how I'm going back and forth. Take that sharp edge off, and then here where it meets, I go push cut. It starts to tear out, so I do a pull cut. Don't take away too much in here or your handle will be too thin and it could break. But we start to see a little bit of a shape here. Take a little bit off, and you see that? You see how it starts to want to tear and dig? Come back the other direction, works great. But you can see now it's taken in the other direction. This is what I mean by this is where the grain meets. The grain here is going this way, and the grain here is coming this way. And they meet right along this line. So we just gently go back and forth and round over that edge. You see how I kind of flip it too, so that it doesn't dig in quite so regularly. And lift the blade a little bit as you come close to that spot. And there again, look at that. So we come back in this direction. Don't be worried right now if there's a little bit of stuff hanging around here and there. We'll just keep cleaning it up. Do some gentle pull cuts and some gentle push cuts. You'll notice on a rounded spot like this, the grain tends to run this way and then this way, at least until you hit what's going on the tip. So I do a push cut from the top of the slope down, and then I do a pull cut in this direction. If I try to start back here with a pull cut, it doesn't feel right, it digs in, you're going against the grain. So start at the top of the round and work your way down. This is the same up here. We want to carve this direction and then this direction. Same here, this way and this way. And you just keep paying attention to what the wood is telling you. Because if I try to go up here, oh, it just digs right in. So we turn it around, do a push cut, round that over really nice. You just keep taking off that edge and rounding it over. And I come back this way, or you can turn it around and do more push cuts with it braced on the table. You can see we're starting to get a nice shape on the bottom, so let's turn it over and work on this part. Please be sure to always cap your blade if you're going to take a break, switch tools, or you're finished carving for the day. To do the top part of the handle, we do pretty much the same thing that we did on the bottom of the handle. We're just going to round over this sharp edge. You can do push cuts from the top of the round down and from the flat down. Oh, see how it dug in there? I came too low. I came against the grain. See how it gets all rough in there? If that happens to you, take a different direction, round your edges, and you'll be okay. Just don't come too low and start to dig down here. It'll break. It'll tear out all the way across here if you came down here, because our grain, remember, starts at the top and goes down, and we want to go this direction. So we'll do some pull cuts here. And then push cuts from the top surface out to help round over that edge. And down here, we're going to run into the grain meeting across here. So we come down and then this way. But we want to leave a flat surface around here for the moment. So don't go too far up. Now we're doing our back and forth thing again. You can see I've got it braced on the table and I'm going back and forth. Try not to take too much and just trying to round over those edges. Do the same over here. This way, this way, this way, this way. Keep going back and forth. To me, the hardest part of carving a spoon is symmetry. Trying to get things symmetrical and take the same amount off of each side and have the same rounding. That's the hardest part of carving the spoon. Now the idea is to just keep turning it and feeling it with your fingers. So when I do my pinch test in here, I feel like that there's a lot of meat here that can be moved if I so choose. Nothing wrong with leaving your scoop a little thicker. That will just give it added strength. So I just keep shaping, taking a little bit here and there, turning it, rounding over the edges. You can see that we've met the back. And so we just check, how's it looking? Is it even? Does one side have more and less? I try to even it up. Another little trick is to take some sandpaper, give it a quick light sand, I use 400 or 600 grit because the bark wood is incredibly soft. And what happens is it shows you exactly what parts are still raised, what parts need smoothed out better, and you can do it all with sandpaper if you choose. It'll just take a lot longer than doing it with the knife. I also recommend taking some sandpaper to the inside of your bowl to give that a nice smooth finish when you're ready. So here's an example. I give that a quick sand. Right away I can see, oh, I'd like a little bit more off of that side. And maybe a bit right there. And it just helps me see where I'm at and what I want to do. Of course, if I left some pencil marks on, you'll want to sand those off as well. I recommend laying a piece of sandpaper flat, placing the spoon face down like this, and then you'll maintain your flat edge for your spoon. Continue shaping with a knife and or sandpaper until you get the look and feel that you want. I'll put a link either in the description or in one of those tags on the screen that'll show you how to make a food-safe wax oil. It just brings your piece to life, doesn't it? It feels so good. Congratulations! You carved your very own rustic spoon. I hope this video tutorial has helped you complete your whittling project successfully. Thanks for watching.